Let's consider two balls, ball A and ball B. And these are moving with the initial velocities u and u dash respectively. After some times, at a point, they will collide each other. That is nothing but ball A is applying some force on ball B, and at the same time the ball B is applying force on ball A, that is F dash. Now let's pause this scene at this point and let's apply Newton's third law. From Newton's third law, we can say that the forces are equal but they are in opposite direction. That is, we can write F is equals to minus of F dash, where F is force applied by ball A on ball B and F dash is force applied by ball B on ball A. Now from Newton's second law of motion, we can say that F is equals to m into A. Let's apply this to F is equals to minus F dash. We can write ma is equals to minus of m dash into A dash. Now we know that acceleration is equals to change in velocity divided by change in time. That is nothing but rate of change of velocity. Now to find the change in velocity, we need to play this scene again. So after the collision, ball A and ball B will move in opposite direction with the final velocities v and v dash respectively. So here we can say that change in velocity of ball A is equals to v minus u. And let's consider the change in time as small t in both the cases. Now change in velocity in the case of ball B is equals to v dash minus u dash. Now we got the change in velocities of both the balls. Now let's apply these values to this equation. So here we can write acceleration of ball A, that is equals to change in velocity of ball A, that is v minus u, divided by change in time, that is t. And similarly, acceleration of ball B is equals to change in velocity of ball B, that is v dash minus u dash, divided by change in time t. Now let us substitute these two accelerations in this equation. So we can write m into v minus u divided by t is equals to minus of m dash into v dash minus u dash divided by t. Here both the t will cancel out, and then in the next step let's multiply this minus inside the bracket. So we can write this equation as m into v minus u is equals to m dash into u dash minus v dash. Now let us multiply m inside the bracket. We can write mv minus mu is equals to mu dash minus mv dash. Now let's take minus mu to the right hand side and take minus mv dash to the left hand side. We can write mv plus mv dash is equals to mu dash plus mu. Now we know that m into v is the momentum, that is nothing but momentum is equals to mass into velocity. Here in this equation, since v is the final velocity of ball A, m into v is known as momentum of ball A after the collision. And in the second term we have v dash, that is nothing but the velocity of ball B after the collision. So here we can say that mv dash is the momentum of ball B after the collision. Now if we add these two, we will get the total momentum after the collision. In the right hand side, in the first term we have u dash, that is nothing but the initial velocity of ball B. So we can write mu dash as the momentum of ball B before the collision. And similarly in the second term we have u, that is nothing but the initial velocity of ball A. So we can write mu as the momentum of ball A before the collision. Since in the right hand side both the terms are momentum before the collision, if we add these two we will get the total momentum before the collision. So by this we can say that total momentum after collision is equals to total momentum before the collision. This is nothing but the total moment of an isolated system of interacting particles is conserved. Here conserved nothing but the momentum will not change, and isolated system nothing but there are no external forces acting on these two balls, and here the interacting particles nothing but these two balls. So by combining these all, we can write the beautiful sentence as the total momentum of an isolated system of interacting particles is conserved. This is nothing but the law of conservation of momentum.